And now, on BBC One, in a change to our advertised programme, it's time for something completely different. Yes, to celebrate your special birthday, Pauline Seidel, this is your life. Please note, some facts may be inaccurate or completely untrue. You were born at number 14 Damgood Street on the 14th of April, 1950. You weighed in at somewhere between 4.5 pounds and 5.5 pounds. Nobody seems to really know. Either way though, you were pretty small. You are daughter to Philip and Joan, and sister to Carol and Michael. We asked them for some memories from your childhood.
We all remembered that she did some crazy thing and put her hand through a glass window and had a really bad gash. I think it was on her wrist. She'd probably still got the scars.
So yes, when misbehaving, running up and down the garden, you badly cut your wrist. Although in those days, no medical assistance was needed for wounds near major arteries. Another close call was when your brother tricked you into standing under a walnut tree whilst Rodney Dodman lowered a brick tied to a piece of rope onto your head. But most of the time, you were very well behaved and spent time playing on Toll's Meadows, around the Abbey, the river, and in the mud with Carol and Philip Barton from next door. You were good friends with the Briggs family, who lived on Cemetery Lane, and they had a big shed in the back garden which you turned into a playhouse. You would also all go to the cemetery and play amongst the gravestones and next to the railway line, but very sensibly not on it. Your dad and Bob Briggs would also take you on days out to Goulstone and Hemsby so they could indulge in a spot of bowls. Due to a lack of space at Damgood Street, you had to share a bed with your sister Carol. After getting you both to bed, your mum would often lean out of the bedroom window and chat to the neighbours. One of your first family holidays was to the Avondale Guest House in Goulstone. Here is a picture of you on the doorstep, aged 8. There were also many holidays to Hemsby, staying in a brick holiday bungalow, which was very plush and nicer than home. In 1966, you watched the World Cup final whilst on holiday in Goulstone with Rosemary. A wild night celebrating was spoiled by Mike and Colin turning up. You showed an early maternal instinct and would take neighbours for walks in their prams.
Attracts me like no other lover.
She was very popular. Obviously, Mum is a very friendly person. So at school and that, she was always had a group of friends. She was a school prefect. I never was.
You attended Browick Road Infant School, where your teacher, Mrs. Bultitude, would make use of your fine singing voice and make you and Carol perform to the school. Then it was on to Wyndham High School, where the head teacher was Miss Reed. Unfortunately for you, lessons were segregated, and the only time you could meet the boys was at break times on the playing field. Many good times were also spent at Sunday school concerts. As a teenager, you developed what could only be called a strong interest in boys. Your mum would often have to go and find you when you were late home. Most of the time, she would find you what you called the entry. And then she'd drag you home and give you a slap on the legs for being late. When you were 14, you met a young fisherman whilst on holiday in Lowestoft with Granny Wharton, and he wanted to take you to the pictures in Norwich. Your father let you only on the premise that he could take you and pick you up to ensure you were safe. Your caring nature became apparent at a very early age. After your granddad died in 1959, you stayed with Grandma Wharton at Town Green so she wasn't alone. Luckily for you, she owned one of the few television sets in the town on which you could watch Sooty. Grandma Wharton can also be thanked for introducing you to the delights of meringue, still your favourite pudding.
Right, here we go. This is where the trains.
This is where the trains
Yeah,
used to come.
yeah.
And we used to stand here and go, oh, chuff, and whoosh. And all the smoke used to come over me.
A brief career as a beauty queen saw you crowned Miss Regal Cinema 1972 and Miss Britain Brush. This love of posing for the camera has always been with you, right up to the present day.
Here come the girls, 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 girls. Here come the girls, 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 girls. Looking so good, it's a doggone shame that they couldn't all be mine. Looking so pretty, it's a dog.
You were married in 1970, a marriage which produced two fantastic children.
When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. And when the broken-hearted people living in the world agree, there will be an answer, let it be. But though they may...
Where's Luke? Downstairs. Just did.
There he is. Where's Luke? You look. Come out again.
Hey.
Show your head. Hey. Where are you?
No, you're not helping, Tim.
I want you to look.
Play you look and then sing it. Let Luke. He's singing too, more of you. Luke can sing in tune. Right, try again. Let Luke sing it.
You want to sing?
Right? Play the note that you start with and then start.
Ready?
Come on. Right, come on then.
Last
Let Luke do it. Right.
London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down. My fair lady.
In honour of your special birthday, here's a remixed version of London Bridge, fresh for 2010.
London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady.
We asked your boys for their favourite memories from down the years.
60 years, eh? 60 years.
60 years.
60 years.
Oh, yeah. Since what?
Well, you know, since she was born.
Oh, Maggie Thatcher?
No, not Maggie Thatcher. Younger than Maggie Thatcher.
Oh, Davina.
No, not Davina McCall. Older than Davina McCall. Younger than Maggie Thatcher. Our mum.
Oh, Mum.
Our mum.
Yeah.
Our mum was born 60 years ago.
I don't remember.
Well, you wouldn't, because you weren't born.
Well, neither were you.
No, I wasn't either. What do you remember about her?
Oh, Mum. Well, it couldn't have been easy being the mum to two, well, not so tidy boys.
Well, I don't remember being particularly untidy. Maybe I used to leave my clothes on the floor, the toys around the place.
Yeah. There was the time that she threw all my clothes out of the bedroom window in protest.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. I remember very well.
This room's a blooming disgrace. I'll have to teach you a lesson, you boys.
Do it again now from the inside.
She was always looking after people.
Yeah, she was. She liked that.
Yeah, remember the food parcels when we used to come back from university?
Oh, yes, I do remember those. She used to raid her own kitchen cupboards.
That's right.
And we used to end up with
tinned fruit.
Tinned fruit. Pilchards.
Pilchards, yeah.
Tinned fruit.
Yeah, pilchards.
I think there were some pilchards as well.
Definitely.
And an extra can of tinned fruit.
For pudding. Definitely.
Yeah. But sometimes she used to come to our houses at university.
Oh, yeah.
And I think she may have thought they were a bit messy.
To her standards.
To her standards, of
high
course.
standards.
She has very high standards. And I believe, I seem to remember, that she hoovered out our cutlery drawer. Yeah, with a hoover.
With a hoover. In the drawer.
In the drawer.
Fantastic.
Brilliant.
Do you remember the time we forgot her birthday?
Oh, I do. Oh,
yeah.
I'll never forget the time that we forgot her birthday.
Just teenage boys. Other things on our minds.
Well, I seem to remember that it was on a different day that year.
I think it was.
Yeah.
It was a leap year.
It was a leap year. Threw us completely.
Anyway.
But
to try and get us out of the doo-doo, we tried saying that we were making her something in our woodwork course, and it wasn't quite finished.
We did say that, yes.
And it was an aeroplane.
Okay. I actually do think I was making an aeroplane.
You were, well, you were.
I never finished it.
And it wasn't a present.
And it was never going to be a present for Mum. So we really have to say sorry to her.
Sorry for that.
Because it really, really was a gaffe of the highest order.
I have another story as well.
Do you?
The time I left my football boots in the Lakenheath changing rooms.
I remember you had played football at Lakenheath.
Yeah.
You got changed.
I have.
Had Mum come to the game?
She had.
That day?
Yeah.
You got back in the car.
Very kind of her.
And drove home.
Yeah.
And you'd forgotten your boots.
They were in the dressing rooms.
But luckily, I was playing at Brandon the week after. So what did Mum do?
She popped along to Lakenheath to pick up my boots.
And what happened?
She had a car crash.
Whose fault was that?
Mine.
Although saying that, I remember the trip home from Brandon was me and 4 of the lads from the football team being fumigated by exhaust fumes from the hole in the boots.
But four boys in the football team.
Oh yes.
That's not many.
That was a minimum. That was a minimum.
I'm sure there was a 5-a-side tournament once when it was the whole squad.
Yeah, we used to put the seats down in the car.
Yeah.
Pile in as many of the boys as we could find.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes they didn't even play for the team.
No.
They just happened to be there. Mum would be driving and there would be sardines in a tin, or pilchards.
Pilchards
in a tin.
Tinned fruit.
Because nobody else had turned up to give lifts.
No, because she was a trooper.
Couldn't get away with it today though, could you?
Oh, you wouldn't.
No.
Women in football are banned.
No. Well, she'd be in prison for driving without kids in seats and belts.
Oh yes.
Do you remember her cooking though?
Oh, the cooking.
Oh, when we were at home, her cooking was amazing.
Nothing like Mum's Sunday roast.
That was the best. In fact, I still try and make roasts to those same high standards that she set all those years ago.
You haven't met them quite yet.
I'm not quite there yet. Not quite there yet.
Oh, and she did introduce us to curry. Well, if you can call it curry.
Well, we did kind of start off with very, very lightly spiced food. And then over the years, we maybe encouraged her to add a little bit more. Then I think eventually that we took over some of the cooking elements of the curry, and I believe we ended up with the spicy tastes that we have today.
Oh, we like it hot.
Do you remember she used to cook cakes?
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 Yes, I know it seems a bit strange now.
Birthday cakes.
She did birthday cakes. She did all kinds of cakes. Fruit cakes, Herman cakes,
Sponge cakes.
sponge cakes.
Space cakes.
No, not space cakes.
Okay.
You remember the birthday cakes?
No, I thought you might. What do you remember about
I
the
do
birthday
remember
cake?
one particular birthday cake.
Okay.
I think that year she decided to do a Norwich City cake.
Oh.
We had about 30 or 40 children at the village hall in Wicklewood. You were there.
I was.
The birthday cake came out and it was yellow and green.
Oh, that lovely food colouring.
Exactly. There were so many E numbers in that cake.
40 hyperactive children.
The children went mad. They went mad.
Oh, Christmases.
Christmas, ding dong merrily on high.
Rosanna in the text.
Christmases were wonderful.
They were.
Mum was a superstar Christmas Day.
Christmas dinner.
She had the whole village round, the whole family. It was
Everyone in there.
everyone.
Emergency chairs.
She had, yeah. Where did those emergency chairs come from?
Wow. There was kitchen stools
Yeah,
and
the one from the shed
and the garage
and the next
door
door neighbour's chairs.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't know how we all
we did have a house full on Christmas Day, and how she coped cooking all that food and having to unwrap all those
How we coped
presents.
having to eat it all.
Yeah, but she was wonderful on Christmas Day.
Absolutely.
I was going to read them instructions. You look at them, Judy.
No!
You burning them?
Is he one here? We came here in the summer. Whose birthday was it?
Wouldn't bet you losing your brow.
John's. I got it!
Of course, she saved the child allowance every week so we could go on holiday.
Yeah, because we didn't have a lot of money when we were
didn't.
younger. Yeah, she used to put it away, not quite sure where, shoebox.
Maybe.
And that was our holiday money for the year. So that paid for the trip to Bognor Regis,
The Isle of Man.
the Isle of Man, the Isle of Wight,
Filey.
Filey, you got me with Filey, Jersey,
Guernsey.
down in Cornwall.
Cornwall, eh?
Cornwall.
It's a good one.
Go on.
Yugoslavia.
Yugoslavia.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was quite good. France.
Ibiza. With the donkeys.
Ah,
And
I
sangria.
was, yeah, that does count. That does count. Our trip to the early days, very early days, trip to that place down in Suffolk. The street.
Waltzing on the nose.
Waltzing on the nose.
Waltzing on the nose.
Well, we did amazing, and those holidays were wonderful.
They were.
Yeah.
We'll never forget them.
We'll never forget them ever. The ones that we nearly forgot.
Yeah. And that 5 minute spell.
Yeah. And
Anyway.
if we have forgotten any, it isn't because we've forgotten them. It's just the pressure. Yeah.
Our mum was a fan of the beach.
She loved
She
it. Didn't she?
loved the beach.
She was like a fish out of water, wasn't she? She was. She loved it. She used to
Fish out of water.
flap around on the sand.
Flap around on the sand.
Like that.
She used to flap around
Yeah.
on the sand.
She was very fond of the odd photo or two. Even did.
I don't think you should walk past a tree without asking for a picture.
Well, the tree couldn't take it, but usually she could lean against the tree,
Indeed.
and then maybe we could take a photo of her against that tree, then the next tree. She
And
liked
the tree
rocks.
after.
She loved her rocks.
Rocks.
Yeah. She liked leaning against rocks, leaning against trees.
The rock, the tree. Of course, she had a very distinctive swimming style.
Yeah, they didn't teach that, did they?
I don't think they
No.
did. I think they called it the turtle's head.
The turtle's head. Yeah.
Don't get my hair wet.
It's amazing though, because she never got her hair wet at all, did she?
I don't think she got anywhere either.
It's good. I might try it next time.
Yeah. And she loved it down Pakefield as well.
Yeah.
The beach hut of Auntie Beryl.
The beach hut. Well, that was our kind of main trip of the weekend, wasn't it? That was our summer trip.
Digging in the sand.
Well, the sand was wonderful.
Football on the beach.
The company was good, and usually the weather was good too. And Mum, she loved those trips, didn't she?
She did love them.
She loved them. Of course, she loved her experimenting.
Experimenting
with food and drink.
Oh, food, yeah.
Can you think of some of those mixtures she used to come up with?
Cinnamon in tea.
Cinnamon tea. But yeah, nowadays, guess what you can buy?
What's that?
Cinnamon in tea.
Fantastic.
What else did she used to do?
Whiskey in tea.
Whiskey in tea. She loves her whiskey in tea. Because it doesn't look like you're drinking, but you are.
Indeed. Get away with it.
In fact, when Norwich City lost, I think it was 6-2 away to Liverpool, me and Will were up in my bedroom in Watton it was. And we were so depressed. Mum made us a cup of tea.
With milk.
No.
Sugar.
No. Guess again.
Whiskey. Yeah.
Whiskey.
And it also works in breakfasts as well.
What, on cereal?
In porridge.
Oh, yes.
Whiskey and porridge, so you can have a drink for breakfast.
Yeah.
And nobody knows.
But don't you think there's a bit of a theme running through this?
Which is?
She likes porridge.
Definitely. Oh, that coffee yoghurt.
Oh, that coffee yoghurt. Ooh,
It's like yoghurt and coffee all in one.
But it's not, it's more, is it coffee yoghurt or is it yoghurt coffee?
Or is it coffee?
It could be Yoffie. Yoffie? Or
Yoffie coffee.
Ooh, coffee yoghurt.
Of course. Do you remember her many funny sayings?
Words don't come easy to me. How can I find a way to make you see I love you? Words don't come easy. Words don't come easy to me. This is the only way for me to say I love you. Words don't come easy. Well, I'm just using melodies so far, my best friend. But my words are coming out wrong, and
Her favourite sayings. Change over time.
It's change car parking.
Her strategy in the car park.
Yeah, if you went to a car park and you hit this magical
somewhere between 11 and 3-ish,
give or take,
people would be leaving
because they finished the shopping.
Yeah.
Or
they wouldn't.
Hadn't been arrived
because it's before lunch. Change over time.
Change over time, and that means you get a better space and a space more quickly.
It's not all good memories about car parking though.
No, there aren't. Sometimes sitting in the back used to be a little bit painful.
Where are we going to park then?
We can go over in this car.
No, don't park in that one. No, we'll never get out of there.
Okay,
Right, this one here. This one here. Go over there. Go over there.
Oh, yeah.
Go over there. No, you just missed it. You missed it. Not that one. Not that one. No, we'll never get out. Right there. Go over there. No, that one. No, this one. Oh, no, someone else has got that one. No, right there. Oh, this will have to do now.
She's had her scary moments.
There have been times when
scary moments.
She's been on the edge, on the verge of losing it.
Thunderstorms.
She hated those thunderstorms. What she used to do, I think she used to get us out of bed and take us into the lounge and hold us close and just hope and pray that the lightning didn't hit us. And did it? No, but it did it number 47.
It did actually. It knocked their house down, didn't it? Then there was the big fight. The big fight
at the Four Brothers Hotel
in Corfu.
Corfu, we didn't mention Corfu earlier. Did we?
No, we didn't. No.
So that's one of the.
I never forget them.
I'll have that one.
Never forget them either.
I never forget that.
Never forget them.
Because we were staying at the Four Brothers. It didn't start well that holiday, did it?
No.
We arrived about what, 3 in the morning? 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
All our suitcases.
No room.
They said, we haven't got a room for
We
you.
know nothing.
And we said, but we booked our room ages ago. So they had another look, and they found us a room.
They did.
It was right on the edge of the building site. In fact, it had just been finished that day, apart from the electrical wiring,
which was still hanging out. And of course, the location was opposite a big group of lads.
Yeah, on their kind of rowdy lads holiday.
Yeah.
But as we were walking along with all the other guests, just arrived 3 in the morning, walking along. The lads were there, weren't they?
What were they saying?
And they shouted. They said,
"Don't come here!
Don't come here!
This place is shit!
Don't come here! This place is shit!"
Which is, you don't want to be hearing that.
No, exactly.
When you just got some.
Yeah, well, we were knackered and tired. No, hang on a minute. Didn't they give us a room? We said no, we're not having it. Do you remember? That's what happened.
Yeah. I thought we moved.
They did, yeah. They gave us a studio.
Never forget them holidays.
Creep. I love Creep. They gave us a studio with not enough beds. I think we were sharing a settee or something.
We're sharing a suitcase. What do you mean?
Yeah. We're like on a settee together. And we said no, we're not having this. And that's when they found the room that hadn't been built.
And the room that hadn't quite been built. Opposite the rowdy lads.
That's it. Okay, so we got there, we weren't particularly keen. And then, to be honest, it weren't the best hotel in the world.
It wasn't. And I think we called it the Four Buggers.
We did. And of course there was those creatures.
The armadillos?
No.
No.
Not the armadillos.
No.
There was
the rats.
Squirrels.
Oh, the rats.
The rats.
The rats. But
yes, we complained about the rats to one of the four buggers. And he said, they are not rats. I don't know what accent that is.
They're not the rats?
They're the rats. They are squirrels with no tails.
Squirrels with no tails.
Which obviously is a very popular animal on the island of
the Manx
squirrel. The island of Corfu. Never forget those holidays.
Never forget.
But yeah, there was that one night.
Oh yeah, one night.
The rowdy lads.
The rowdy lads
were being very rowdy.
Had a few drinks between them.
Yeah.
Had a bit of a falling out.
And there was a little bit of a falling out.
And they were fighting outside of our room.
Yeah.
Which had a big glass door.
It was like a double patio door, wasn't it?
It was.
Sliding door. And they were throwing things as well, weren't they?
Yeah.
And obviously, Mum woke up. Was worried about her boys.
Just like a thunderstorm.
Yeah. It sounded like a thunderstorm. So what did she do?
She hid in the wardrobe.
She did. She came through. She said, "Boys, come on, get out of bed. There's a fight going on outside." What did we do?
Join in.
No. We just went, "Nah, Mum, it's okay. Just stay here. We'll sleep.
We're indoors, Mum.
We're fine. Don't worry." And we stayed in our beds.
Exactly.
And Mum went, "Alright, if you're going to stay in there, then
I'll stay here with you.
I'm going to stay here with you, and I'm going to get in the wardrobe." So there she sat. I don't know how long. Hour, 2 hours.
2 hours.
She was curled up at the bottom of the wardrobe. I'm not sure what she would have done had something happened, but
she'd have been fine in the wardrobe.
To be fair, she had our best interests at heart.
She did.
She was looking after us. At the time, I thought it was hilariously funny.
But for her, it must have been quite scary.
Aries, yeah.
Aries.
Yeah.
She loves star signs.
She does, and of course, she is
an Aries.
Just like you.
She had the books, which star sign goes with which star sign.
Yeah.
If you're a Capricorn, you can't go out of a Taurus.
Because your planets might get tangled.
No, the bull will eat the crab.
Ah, do bulls like crabs?
I think they do.
So what's an Aries then?
An Aries is a ram.
A ram. And what the ram's like?
It's a sheep.
So what does that mean then? What's going to happen to her then?
I've got the horoscope here for April 2010.
What?
For Aries.
For her birthday month?
Yeah.
Her 60th birthday month. You found the horoscope?
I found it.
Well,
printed
just
it here.
Just found it lying around?
It was here. Yeah.
Brilliant.
You like me to read it?
Go on, let's see what's going to happen.
An energetic month is in store for you, dear Aries. It's nice.
It's very nice, isn't it?
Yeah, dear
Does that
Aries.
mean energetic? Does that mean she's going to run a marathon?
Probably. I think she is.
Yeah. She's going to run a marathon. Good.
Race for life she's going to run.
Yeah.
You are getting back on your feet.
Oh, has she not been on her feet?
She must have sat down.
For what? For the whole of March?
Maybe. You want to have fun.
Well, that's a given. That they might as well just put that in every month.
And you might find you're pouring a lot of energy into your hobbies.
Like running a marathon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pouring it in.
Or pouring could mean
Pouring.
pouring drink.
Whiskey.
Whiskey in porridge.
For
That's it.
breakfast.
What's next?
Romance moves forward and you're ready to take the initiative when it comes to matters of the heart.
Right. Now, that worries me.
Why's that?
Just generally.
Just worries you.
Worries me.
I won't say it again then. Around the 14th,
Hang on.
you're getting ready for a fresh start.
But that's her 60th birthday.
It is.
The 14th. She's having a fresh start.
Yeah. After the 18th, it's time to be prudent.
Oh, for 4 days.
4 days
Have
you
a
get
fresh start. And then be
Yeah.
prudent after the 4th day.
No, never
So
mind.
she's got 4 days.
Better than none.
Let's hope she enjoys those 4
4
days.
days. And and to review your budget rather than spend.
Oh, so boring, isn't it? Tell you what. Let's go with it up until about the 17th.
We'll say,
And then
yeah. Or we can say 14th, new start,
Yeah.
carry on.
Carry on.
There you
And
go.
Not tell her about the prudent bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Well, she's not really a fashion victim.
No, she's more a victim of fashion.
Well, there was the ski pants.
She did have some rather garish ski pants. I seem to remember they were slightly patterned.
Leopard skin.
Leopard skin
She
ski
loves
pants.
all leopard skin generally.
That's right. But unfortunately she was a lady of the 70s, she was a lady of the 80s, and she was a lady of the 90s. So all of those fashions corrupted her
All
wardrobe.
into one mishmash.
Exactly.
And the colour purple.
She was
Anything purple.
Yeah, she had a purple dress, purple trousers, purple blouse,
Where's this going?
purple hat, purple shoes.
Purple. Purple Ted.
Yeah, purple tent. And she had shoulder pads in the 80s, I seem to
Oh,
remember.
yeah.
And a tight perm.
Very tight.
Very nice.
Tight with the perm.
Very nice. If only we had pictures.
Yeah.
If only we had pictures. If
Wow.
only we had pictures.
Pictures. And do you remember the magic handbag?
I don't know. What's the magic handbag?
Right, you're on holiday
Yeah.
and you cut yourself.
Oh!
She goes in the magic
And
handbag.
what comes out?
There's a plaster that's made.
Thank you.
Got a headache?
Alright. Yeah, I've got a oh, I was
Have
gonna
you got a
say-
headache?
I've got a headache, yeah.
Have a drink.
Thanks.
Is that better?
Was that out of your handbag?
Yeah, it's magic.
Wow.
It's not my handbag, it's Mum's magic handbag.
So what you're saying is that although Mum's Mum's handbag appeared to be sort of relatively medium sized.
It had everything in it. It was like a TARDIS.
Yeah. And she wouldn't go anywhere without it.
No.
No.
How we got through customs with all them
Knives.
knives in it. Oh, never know.
Shotguns.
Yeah, everything was in it.
Chain.
Name it. You say it, it was in it.
Yeah. She liked her TV programs
TV
as well.
programmes.
Not anything. She was a TV connoisseur.
Only
Big-
the
big
cream.
word. Only the cream de la
The
crop.
creme.
The creme de la crop.
Yeah. On a
Yeah.
Saturday,
Oh, Saturday night.
silence in the house.
Let's do it. 7 was it 7 o'clock? 6 o'clock?
6 more 6.
6 o'clock. Right, that's it. It's my TV time, she used to say. And what used to come on?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Blind Date, and here is your host, Miss Cilla Black.
Blind
Day! In the mid-80s.
In the mid-80s.
Mid-80s. She...
Half past 7
Yeah.
on a Tuesday and Thursday, as it
Originally,
was then.
in the good old days, when there
Yeah.
used to only be 2 days in a week.
Yeah. And luckily they've put a few more in now.
They've added extra days in the week now, but it used to be just a Tuesday and a Thursday. No weekends, which is awful. No blind date.
It was
Da, 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 da. da 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 do 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 da 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 do 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 So what's that then? Coronation Street. These days,
this day, Saturday night.
It's. I know this. I mean, I don't know if it's. I don't watch it myself. And then it all kicks off. Then it all kicks off.
It goes crazy.
Goes crazy. Goes crazy. The hospital is on full alert.
Hospital's on fire.
The janitor is doing major operations. And that little girl in the park. What happened to her?
She was fine.
She was fine. She was fine.
There you go.
Now we've moved on to the next generation, and it's the grandchildren that can benefit from all your love and affection.
Grandma, we love you. Grandma, we do. Though you may be far away, we think of you. There's no one quite like Grandma, and I know you will agree. She always is a friend to you, and she's a friend to me. There's no one quite like Grandma. She's there in times of need. Before it's bedtime on her knee, to us a book she'll read. Grandma, we love you. Grandma, we do. Though you may be far away, we think of you. And one day when we're older, we'll look back and say, there's no one quite like Grandma. She has helped us on our way. Grandma, we love you. Grandma, we do. Grandma, we love you. Grandma, we do. There's no one quite like Grandma. Her love we always share. At party time and Christmas too, we know that she'll be there. There's no one quite like Grandma. She always has a smile. She never hurries us along, but stays a little while. Grandma, we love you. Grandma, we do. Though you may be far away, we think
You have had a long and distinguished career and made many lifelong friendships at your workplaces. It all began at Wharton's Butchers when you counted the money with Annie. Your first proper job at age 15 was a nanny for a solicitor at number 462 Umthank Road. You were responsible for the welfare of 3 children, including a 2-month-old baby. You remember how the whole family went on a long journey through Tenby, Wales, with the baby safe in a box in the footwell of the car. Your next job was at Gerald's Printers, where you worked with the punch cards in the wages department. You met some lifelong friends in Christine and Audrey. After a brief stint at Britton Brush, you then moved to Eastern Sections, now called Highspan, where you met Mr. Davis and Val. Even after she moved to Essex with husband John, you would still take the family to visit them on a regular basis. After leaving work to begin a family, you began part-time work as a party plan demonstrator for Papa D Children's Clothes, Avon, and Gypsy Jewellery, who then managed to keep a very close eye on the children by working as a cashier in the school canteen. The job you probably spent most time in was at Abel's Removals in Watton. The highlight of the job was when you cleaned Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson's Sunningdale residence before they moved in. Who could also forget the ladies' five-a-side tournament, and of course the reception training at Wayland High School, where you could keep another close eye on the boys. To ensure the boys behaved themselves at school discos, you became a member of the Friends of Wayland High School, which involved selling sweets and drinks. This led to being a school governor, where you had the privilege of falling out with many members of staff. Aiton Ashford and May Gurney had the privilege of benefiting from your expertise before you moved on to the pinnacle of your career at Norwich City Football Club.
How proud were you when she got that job? How proud were you when she got that job? That thought is the best job in the county. Well.
Kick off, blow in, have a little scrimmage. Keep it low, splendid lads, the whole win or die. On the ball, City, never mind the danger.
Much of your interest in Norwich City can be attributed to this man, Brian Gunn. He would stand at the front of the crowd to get a good look at his greasy legs and his short fiddling routine, as shown right there.
When will I be famous?
Down to goals by Putney, Allen and Fleck, and confused, it should really be said, by the way Norwich are running at them from deep positions. Well, there's a real family spirit about Norwich City. They've got a members scheme here which is working very successfully. Mothers, fathers, grandmas, kids all come to the games here, and the handicapped people are also being looked after very well, not now only, but in the future.
They've proved the same thing.
What's been your favourite game down here this year?
Man United game, definitely.
Why is that?
Norwich just outshone them, they show first-class football.
When we played against Manchester United at home.
Was looking for. Tension at the moment, faces of anxiety in yellow and green.
I
think it's time that they considered students in football on the cost of it. I have 2 students, there's 4 of us go to every match, and we're getting to we can't afford to go anymore.
Your boys will never forget your famous criticisms of Robert Fleck, as recreated here.
On the break here with Phelan.
Oh,
And they've got Fleck on
where's
the
Fleck?
goal.
Where's Robert Fleck? Look, where is he? Where is he? Look, where is he? Where is that with Fleck? Look, he's just standing there. Where is he? Where's Fleck?
Well, there's Fleck again. A
Oh,
terrific goal for
there he is.
Norwich in the last seconds.
At the 1992 FA Cup semi-final defeat to Sunderland, you were the lucky recipients when Robert Fleck threw his shirt into the crowd. This unfortunately led to the one and only time your son Darren asked you to politely go away as you celebrated the fact you had his shirt on a very depressed coach. If there's one thing you can rely on Pauline for, it's a good party. And after a few drinks, her inhibitions are soon shed.
Days when the rains came.
Changed that stupid lock. I should have made you leave your key. If I'd have known for just 1 second you'd be back to bother me. Oh, now
As a special treat, we try to arrange a repeat performance from your favorite male dancer from a ladies' night in the 1990s. Unfortunately, Troy Passion was otherwise engaged, but he did leave this message.
Hello, this is Troy Passion here, your favourite stripper from the early 90s. I was asked to perform at your 60th birthday party, but unfortunately I've been double booked. I'm now a helicopter pilot based in Dudley, and I have to fly a group of ladies to Cockermouth in Cumbria. They love my big chopper, just like you did. So instead, I recorded this message. Happy 60th birthday, Pauline. Have a stiff one on me.
This DVD could have been a week long with all the pictures and memories we have of you. You've achieved so much, helped so many people, and are as loved as ever. And the best bit is there's lots more to come. we finish our story at the present day, with you residing at Britain Way and living life to the full as usual. Maybe it's the 9 years you've been with John that's keeping you young, or maybe just your insatiable appetite for fun.
Happy birthday, Mum.
Happy birthday, Mum. Happy 60th. We love you loads.
We do.
And he does too.
And me.
And him.
See you, Ma.
Over and out.
So happy birthday, Pauline, and we love you loads. Please could everybody be so kind to join in with...
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Pauline. Happy birthday to you.
Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! Happy birthday, Nana!
And in true X Factor style, Pauline Seidel, to one of your favourite songs, here are your highlights.
You are my fantasy, and I've never loved so honestly. No one's ever pleased so much of me. You're my fantasy, and I am next to ecstasy when I feel your music next to me. You're what every song expects to be. You're my fantasy. Seeing through the lies that my lonely eyes fantasize again, and then you touch the best in me. When your touch is touched with destiny, all the rest is laid to rest in me. You're my fantasy. You are my fantasy, and I let your vision dance in me. But now the dance won't let the dancer be. Just the fantasy.
Hello, Pauline. It's Brian Gunn here. How are you? I'm here in the Carrow Road toilets. I snuck in because they won't let me back. Because I got relegated.
60th birthday. I couldn't believe it. You only look 59. But I just wanted to say, all those years ago, I keep it new. When you used to come to Carroll Road, I watched me playing goal for Norwich City. You used to look at my greasy legs, and I can remember you in your pink coat